Oh, and that's how it kicks off. Perfect. Hello, everyone. Praise Scooter here. Welcome to a semi-blind playthrough of Super Mario RPG. Oh, it actually does this part too. Neat. I'm going to keep this in for a little while I do this intro. So, I have played the Super Nintendo version of this game several times. I have also played this game on the channel a while ago. I think like over 10 years ago now. But I feel like this time I'm going to go at this game again for the remake. Not knowing about any changes that are really in this, if there even are any changes, to be honest. I don't think there are many. I think this is actually like a faithful one-to-one remake with additional post-game content added in. Which, speaking of that post-game content, I'm going to handle. But I'm going to leave the next part up, the other part with this, up to like a little bit to, surprise, I guess, for yourself and for me. But I am going to handle this playthrough a little bit different because it always seems like everybody handles this game the same way every time they play it. So I'm going to try something just a little bit to handle a little different, and we'll get to that point when we get there. Also, I'm going to keep this eye catch in here for the game because this was in the Super Nintendo version, exactly. And it's also kind of helps give you guys an idea of what to expect from the game because this is what the game is, like point for point. This is the game. Except the few things that are changed here coming up here are kind of being shown here a little bit. Is that there's now triple attack finishes, not even finishes, like triple attacks. There's so many little things with this game. Now, I don't know if I'm going to. I'll be honest, I am not sure if I'm going to be able to show every little tiny thing this game has to offer, because there are some secrets that even like seasoned RPG game players still are finding out about this game to this day, even though this game is like 30, almost, if it's not 30, it's almost 30 years old at this point. And I really am trying to talk through this whole intro, aren't I? I really am. Oh man, I'm like watching this and I'm having it all flushed back into my brain of this, just like, man, this game really just, it kind of set a precedent for a lot of things. Like, it kind of set the precedent of what we could get from an RPG series. It kind of set the precedent of what we could get from an RPG series that is the joint culmination of Nintendo and Square. And this went forward for like Nintendo in general for making RPGs, because most people know of, you know, Paper Mario, made with Intelligent Systems at their side. Paper Mario was, you know, well, for the longest time was considered peak, you know, peak Mario RPG goodness. And then we also got the Mario & Luigi Superstar series, which was also considered peak goodness for quite some time until like, I think somewhere like halfway through Dream Team is where people feel like it fell apart. Also, I realize I've been yammering over this bit, but this opening cutscene has taken so much longer. Oh, it's not even gonna do that part. Okay, that's fine. Well, enough goofing and faffing about. So, for those that don't know, and like the first time seeing this game is like, what is this game? Seems weird. I mean, I know the wacky woohoo wah man, but why is it an RPG? What makes it so stand out? What makes it different? Well, for one, this version specifically for different has a breezy mode, which makes an already easy RPG game even easier. Now, the normal mode of this game, like it says, if you want to enjoy a challenge, it may say that. But this is very much an introductory RPG. As long as you are participating in the game's mechanics, there's a very minimal chance that you will lose a battle. Or lose the game entirely. So like I said, very introductory RPG. And we of course have to have this cutscene again, which we've already had a moment ago. But it is hard baked into the game like this, so this cutscene right here, though, that you're seeing right now, this cutscene set the world on fire and ablaze, I think. Because, like, they saw this cutscene And they use this at the whenever Nintendo said, "Hey, we're remaking this game." They use this, and I'm pretty sure the internet broke for a solid 3 days. Now, another thing about this game that I could probably just save for later, but I will tell you now, is that for this game, because this is a game that uses Nintendo IPs, but was made by Square Enix, or I guess it was just Square at the time, but was made by Square Enix. But with this one, you know, people were like, "Oh, we really wish for our Mario RPG remake," because this is like the holy grail. Like, if any game got a remake, it should be this one, and like we're holding up a chalice to the heavens to say, "Please, Nintendo, as your name says, leave luck to heavens. Bring us down this remake from the heavens." Well, it happened finally. So movement is okay. B jump, A does nothing. Y brings up special. Oh wait, we have quick. Well, you do have quick actions there. I just see it pop up when I stop moving. So okay, we have quick access to items and inventory, but we also have this still. Oh, it tells you the. Okay, that's the thing. I didn't know about this game until like many years after I did my playthrough, and then other people started to play it. That there's something about a lot of these powers and skills here that will cross when we get there. So we won't worry about anything else at this point. Now, there will be some tutorials that there'll be a few tutorial things that I'll end up going through just to show it off, but I'm also going to teach you about combat right out the gate. So, we can defend, run, and I guess I got a help menu now, if you want to do that. Got specials, which I'll use once or twice here coming up. No items, and normal attack. It's it's mapped to the buttons as it is normally, but as you can see here, basically it's once to select the action you want to do, and that button again to confirm it. So like I'm using attack right now. If I hit any other face button, I will come out of that menu. So item, hit A. Oh, I tried it anyway. Hit B, hit A. Oh, that selected it? I need to go back to the other commands, or I need to go back to the other style. Defense, pretty obvious. You can defend from an attack if you think it's going to be too much. And I'm going to need to learn these timings, man. Because, like with, like this game kind of brought a precedent to with a lot of RPGs going forward. Like, a lot of RPGs, like, kept the traditional, you know, turn-based tactic. Your planning and gear dictated how well you did in the fight. Whereas Mario RPG has that a tiny, less than 1% bit. But it does this like action RPG thing that some games, like I can, just from talking with friends, I've known about a handful of these games like, you know, the Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga series, Legend of Dragoon. Like there's a handful of games that were like, hey, this is cool. It keeps the players involved in the combat. As if you push the A button, I think, for pretty much everything. You push the A button to either when that exclamation point pops up or when you know the timing for an attack, you can either mitigate or strengthen damage depending on what's going on. So in this instance, A, and I basically doubled my damage. Too early. Too early and too late. I will not learn this in due time. Trust me. Now, there is no run button, so I guess we're at a constant movement. But I just love that, you know... Can I use the... Oh, I can use the D-pad still. It kind of works like it does in the Super Nintendo. But like this, just like Mario's design in this is like basically perfectly reflects what his design was in the Super Nintendo game. He's just, as the kids like to say now, he's just a little scrunkly. He's just a little scrunkly guy. Well, there's no going back now. Now, of course, this being an RPG, I will probably do, I'll probably do little funny voices if I remember to. But probably not to the point that I hurt my own voice like I have in the past. God, this is... Don't let Bowser bruise you! Mario, prepare yourself for the great beyond. Man, they kept some of the text here. So, this fight is actually pretty easy to, like... If you know your action timings for this game, this particular fight, you could keep going forever if you really want to. You could just keep slugging at Bowser and keep defending against Bowser's attack and get dealt minimal damage. Now, like that. If you get the timing right, you can block a damage. I think there's also like perfect timings for attacks now too. So there's like, you have a couple frames leeway on what the actual timing is, and or I shouldn't say a couple. You have like almost like 10 frames, which is beyond normal human reaction time. There we go. You have like a couple frames beyond that for what is shorter than normal human reaction timing to get, like, at least get the slight boon to the defense or the attack power up. Or they have also, from what I've read up, is they've also implemented perfect timing, which means you get like a 5-frame window in the aspect of 60 frames per second. That means not a lot of time. So, like I said, you could probably keep this fight going forever if you keep blocking attacks and you keep doing it. Eventually, throughout the fight, if you don't do the thing, Peach will just say, aim for the chain, go for the chain. So let's go for the chain. Oh, hold on. We're good. Oh, I can't change that right now. Okay, so right now, the controls are set up in the new style. I'm going to change it to the old style. I read about this, so I guess I'm now experienced firsthand. Old style is new style is basically you select what you want to do, and then you press A to confirm everything you want to do. I'm going to go back to the old school style where basically you use the same button to confirm and do a thing. But I can't do that until this fight's over. But anyway, Peach will at some point say, hey, target the chain, target the chain. Oh, he missed. Oh, and there it is right there. Now I'm going to try and use jump as much as possible. I'm trying to use jump as much as possible because jump has a weird, like, bonus stat to it that I'll talk with time. Anyway. No! It's a chain reaction! Hang in there, chandelier! I'm holding on by the skin of your teeth! Whatever you do, don't let go! Yeah! That's so nice! Coming, Mario? I feel like I did that same joke when I initially played this game. Fight! I don't want to fight! It's Stinky! Fighting Stinky! Why am I fighting him? This should finish you! Me, my terrible Mario, is shining through. Help! God, I have a picture saved of that Bowser just doing the crying emote. It's great. Did you think I was just gonna give her to you? You're always in my way! Yeah, voice cracking. This is it. I'm gonna take you out. Foiled again. Have a wonderful fall. Oh, did I? Let's get... oh, wow. My Mario and Peach voices are combining. Help. Oh, castle shaking. Well, yeah, that's what happens. You know, if you defeat Bowser, who's the big bad, and then it starts a chain reaction. You know, load-bearing boss, RPG stick. The game's over, by the way. We beat Bowser. That helps out the precedence so much better than the Super Nintendo version. It's the same cutscene, but it helps out the precedent so much better. Oh my gosh. This is what I'm going to probably gush about a lot. Is just like how they've, like, it's still the same game, but they've done just like tiny little tweaks here and there just to basically make more sense in the grand scheme, even though Super Nintendo games were kind of off the rails a lot of times. Anyway.
Hey Mario, lots of people use something called a door to go in and out of their houses. Anyway, get to pick up the princess. Says she's a bit late.
Y'all acted like this is normal Tuesday. No, look at that, it's Tuesday. Anyway. Oh, our stuff got refreshed. So let's see if this, oh. We haven't even seen this monster yet. Do we just, oh, we do, we have. Oh, so yeah, we can see stats. So this is kind of another thing with the game that I'm going to try to do, and this may hint at something else I'm playing later on. They've now added a proper bestiary to the game. But yeah, they've added a proper bestiary to this game. So we had 320 health. Maybe I could have defeated him actually. 60 HP. Okay. But yeah, they've added a proper bestiary to the game finally. So if you ever want to like look up an enemy's stats and everything, you can. So I'm going to attempt to fill in this bestiary. Attempt is the key word. I don't promise anything, but this is a new feature, so I'm going to attempt to go through it and show it off. Now I came in here really because I want to see my special, and I know it's still 25. So I'm going to talk about this now for half a minute because we use it in the fight. But jump, like the base jump, not any, like I will spoil it right now for for those that don't know. There's going to be better versions of jump that we're going to get as we level up throughout the game. The base jump stat has a hidden, now not so hidden, but has a hidden like stat track where basically it's kind of like exercise, oddly enough, where if the more you use it, the more powerful it becomes. I think this is the only attacking stat that is like this in the entire game, where it has its own unique like tracker for damage and making it do more damage. So a lot of times I'm probably going to use jump, just to use jump, unless I know there is something coming up that would benefit me having it for a boss fight or something of that sort. Anyway. Well, first things first, let's save. Now, wow, I can't actually look straight down with the controls stick, help. Now, this game is not your current age RPG for those that are younger viewers. It doesn't auto-save as you go. It will not auto-save every time you cross a threshold and be like, oh, let's just make sure you can rewind back there. No. This is an old-school RPG, where if you do not manually hard-save while playing and die, you go back to the last time you saved. Which, if you get all the way to halfway through the game, never saved, die at that halfway point, well, welcome back to Mario's Pad. Would you like to redo that last 12 hours of gameplay? What's that? You do have to jump on it. And I see there's still only 3 save slots. So yeah, we have 3 save slots to work with. Hopefully, if you're sharing, well, this is the Nintendo Switch, so you can have multiple profiles now, so you don't have to worry about overwriting a friend's save slot, but yeah, you have that. Anyway. Hi, Toad.
Hey, I thought the princess was here with you. So where is she? Mario, what's with the side treatment? You're not telling me something.
I haven't had to talk in like 35 years. Get off from my back.
It's Bowser again, isn't it? Oh no, here we go again. Mario, could you please bring her back like you always do? Oh, I forgot something important. If you get knocked out, you'll wake up at the last place you saved.
Thank you. That's actually necessary text, even though I just explained it.
But guess what? On this adventure, you'll save all...
Oh, it does that too. Well, I'm a fool.
It'll save all the time, so if worst comes to worst, you won't lose too much progress. Am I right? You can just hop on this thing to save, just like the good old days. Use them however you like. They're great for taking a break from your adventure. That's everything important I can think of. Now get yourself to Bowser's Keep.
I'm actually kind of glad they did yep, we're doing that. Oh, I forgot about this. Sorry, I'm like, oh, you could swap difficulty on the fly. Awesome. Oh, and they have this for running and walking. Okay, I won't touch that because that's how I play it. But yeah, it's kind of, this is the thing that kind of also made everybody happy about 3 months prior to launch, was that you can use the current, what is the current standard for the music, or the 16-bit version if you much prefer the semi-tinny chiptune notes. I'll probably keep it on the modern version of it for everything, but occasionally I may, if there's like a song that like sticks out in people's minds, which this entire OST sticks out in people's minds, if there's a original composition in here that would stick out in somebody's mind, I may play it for just a little bit or a part of an episode. it'll be at my whim at the time, which I don't know what the whim of Scooter is going to be even 10 minutes from now. So we're both in for the ride on this one. No. Okay, that did keep. I had to make sure. Anyway, well, with that, let's go get Pete. Well, first, gotta do exploring. Because with a game like this, you kind of need to check every nook and cranny and jump off of everything if you can jump on and off of it. For a reason I will explain in due time. There is actually a collectible. There's actually a collectible throughout the game, which helps you get bonus awesome rewards, we'll say. But I don't know where they all are. I'm not going to look up where they all are. That's going to be the thing that I'm going to leave to you guys. Is like, if you want to find the super awesome bonus additional collectible, I'll leave it up to you guys to figure out. You're smart cookies. You guys are better at 100% than I am. Plus, it also deals into the thing that I like to do a lot with my playthroughs, where I'll do mostly 100%, but I may leave one or two aspects aside for you, the viewer, to go and check out on your own time. I don't like that. I don't like that. Halt! Who goes there? Trespasser? This castle no belongs to us. The Smithy gang. We have big plans, and this is the first step in them. If it wasn't for nosy characters like you, we'd practically own this world. So let's see you deal with this. Wait, Mario learned how to climb from Link. Oh no. Legend of Peach, Breath of the Wild. Okay, that was a terrible interaction. But yeah. So we have now fully lost access to Bowser's Castle. I know in the Super Nintendo game, like when this happened, like there was still like a place marker that appeared on Bowser's Castle, like throughout the entire adventure. And it infuriated you because you basically had to find a way to work back to Bowser's Castle. But anytime you want to see that cutscene where Mario's just looking over a hill towards Bowser's Castle, aka his current end goal point, thinking Peach is still there, you can play a cutscene by visiting Vista Hill anytime. It only plays that cutscene and then you instantly leave. But anyway, we have to go back to Mario's pad because we have to tell some fungus the bad news. I'm actually kind of glad there's an autosave feature, not gonna lie.
You're back so soon! Did you forget something? No? What happened then?
I lied. I actually need to get my nunchucks. Oh. Mario, what? Okay, this is something we're gonna have to get used to, and this is actually a really cute way to handle the fact that Mario's a silent protagonist, but Mario still has to explain everything because he's the only one going on these trips. Mario pantomimes everything and actually tells it to other people using mimicry. Well, I don't know if it's called mime. If it's called mime works, mimicry, or pantomiming. I don't know what you want to call it or what it actually is called. He basically will play out the scene and will break the laws of physics to make it accurate.
The bridge about to keep is out now. Just wonderful. We must afford the Chancellor of the Mush Kingdom at once. Let's go!
What are you gonna do? Yeah, see, there's nothing here. So just prepare for like moments like that. And there's like a handful of moments that I'm really, really waiting to see, because there's a couple cutscenes in the game that are kind of like that, that very much still sit in my head, even though I haven't played this game as much as other people. From what I have seen it, there's like 2 or 3 cutscenes that involve this pantomiming that I really want to see in this proper HD style. Oh, hey buddy.
Excuse me. Oh, that bump in your head reduced your HP. One of the Mushroom King's famous items on a perky rhino.
Thanks.
Everyone to use time. Get some HP back. Press this button. Eat a mushroom, and you can give a boost whenever you're feeling tired. No one in a rush back. I have something to tell you. I remember. There's bottles.
Okay, really? You're gonna go immature? It's only episode 1, dude.
Good word that mushroom wave is swarming with monsters.
I was gonna call them much worse names than buttholes before.
I just barely made it back here in one piece. Mario, please do something. Perhaps I can help. Do you know what action means?
for a lot of this stuff, and for you guys watching, I'm going to say no. Seeing as I have shown you action commands already, you don't have to do this. But if you say no, you get some freebies.
Okay, let me explain. First, what's our battle?
God, the music. I'm going to get tired of this music in about an hour's time, but God, this music.
Timing supported battles, I'll show you what I mean. First, push this button. Hold it! Now here it is, the attack hits.
This timing is going to be different as we go throughout the game, and I'll explain it better as we get there. But being that it's a traditional RPG, there are different weapons. So how they keep the player engaged is different weapons have different timings for best possible damage. In this version of the game, they added in the exclamation point, which I didn't see if there was an option to turn it off, which is unfortunate and fortunate at the same time. You basically have to push the button when the exclamation point pops up in order to deal maximum damage. Case in point. But yeah, they added that exclamation point so newer RPG game players can actually get into that more. Now, there's a few of the things that are happening here that Toad's probably also going to explain as well. But if you do the attack command properly with proper timing, like perfect timing, like I mentioned, you'll actually have a AoE effect on your attacks. No matter what weapon or, well, you know we're gonna have characters. No matter what weapon or character you get, if you do the attack command perfectly, it will actually also do an AoE shockwave to other enemies.
When successful, your damage is increased. And your attack damage to surrounding enemies too.
I was just about to hit it.
And these enemies attack too.
I was actually doing it, thank you.
Good timing. If timing's perfect, you'll take no damage, but actually means it won't save you from attacks that hit your whole party.
My voice is going. I'm sounding less like Toad, like Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Which is why I'm going to drink some water and attempt to recover.
Now try using a special mode by pressing this button.
Do I have to press Y or A? Okay, it's A. Also, as has been happening aside there, I think I mentioned it, but I don't think I mentioned it very well. There is chain attacks, and it also is building up a newly added meter. The chain attack thing has another aspect I think we'll be able to get more details on or see later on in the journey. But each of the characters you get, well, I should say, break this down first, even though I'm probably going to say it again once we get to that point. Mario must always be in your party throughout the entire adventure. So if you don't like using Mario, well, that sucks. You're gonna have a bad time. But Mario must always stay in your party. But each character that you get and use, when they contribute to the chain attacks in a chain, they'll start giving passive stat buffs throughout the battle too.
Depending on the move, sometimes you'll have to do more than just press a button. So keep an eye out for that. By the way, each time you nail an action command, actually fills out a little. When the exclamation reaches 100%, then your enemies better watch out, so look forward to that. The more successful action commands you do, the higher this number will go. If you can get it to 2 or more times in a row, some bonuses start to kick in. For you, Mario, the activation will feel faster as power wells up inside. I know it's a lot to take in, but never fear.
You always press this button to get help. I'm going to save my voice a little bit. You can even see the explanations outside of battle by selecting help from the menu.
Don't forget it's there, okay? And there you have it. Now you stand a fighting chance against the monsters. No wonder I wish I had something to tell you. That's why I need to tell Chits about Peach. I'll see you in the Monster Kingdom. Just in case, take these with you.
I believe if you say no, like, we're going to try and min-max our items here if possible. I believe you continue saying no. Okay, he doesn't say anything. So yeah, we have lost 1 HP, but we have 4 mushrooms. I think they took out the item tutorial in this version of the game. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about because this is the last thing we'll talk about today, because this episode, even though introductory, it's the end of it. It's a good spot to end it off on before we get to the actual meat and potatoes of the game. using like they took the item tutorial part or item use tutorial out of this portion of the game. So in the Super Nintendo version, when you get to this point, Toad will ask you, hey, do you know how to use items? And you say no. He will drag you into the menu to your items tab and make you use an item. Make you use an item on yourself. Now, because this has quick buttons and more buttons than normal, and they've kind of min-maxed it better, you just come over here, you can hit this, do that, and do it all in one spot. I'm going to save it just to try and min-max on items. I'm going to try and go the route of Too Good To Use Club, but don't expect that philosophy to hold up very strongly. Anyway, I'm going to end things here for today. Everyone, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Super Mario RPG. And next time, we'll head along Mushroom Way. I don't know if we'll do the entirety of Mushroom Way, but we'll do as much as we can. I'll see you folks then. Take care.